knocks off Mount Michael 58-57. Class C1, North Bend Central in Lexington did knock off Mitchell by the score of 64-51. Mitchell returns just about everybody from this year's team for next year. Those games in the books. One to go here tonight at Broken Bow High. Bridgeport playing Battle Creek. A spot in the C2 state tournament is on the line. Let's look at the matchup. Bridgeport enters as the number 2 seed, a record of 22-2 on the year. Their only losses coming to fellow district final teams, Alliance, a winner, and Ogallala, also a winner earlier today. Those two losses came by just a combined 15 points. Bridgeport currently on a 15-game winning streak, and they won their sub-district with quite a bit of ease in the second half as they beat Kimball 55-39, and then in that title game turned a 1-point halftime deficit into a blowout 91-54 winners over Run and Gun Hemmingford. The Bulldogs are led by 3 players in double figures as far as scoring: Drake DeMasters, Caleb Lassetto, and Logan Nichols. Battle Creek has gotten hot at the right time of the season. Every coach's goal, playing your best when it matters the most. Battle Creek has won their final 4 games, that coming right after a 3-game losing streak to start the month of February. The Braves currently 15-9. They won their sub-district tournament, knocking off Neely Oakdale 57-48, and then an overtime win over Ainsworth and head coach Sean Sturkle 70-68. That was the final in that sub-district championship game. These two teams have a little bit of recent history. When Bridgeport last qualified for the state tournament back in 2015, they got beaten round 1 at one of those local high schools there in a low-scoring game on a Thursday night. 49-44 was the final back in 2015. Obviously, name on the jerseys has stayed the same, but the cast of characters has changed. Our pregame show tonight here on KNEB.TV and 94.1 The Brand. We're going to have pregame coaches' comments with Bridgeport head coach Nick Brose when we come back right after this on KNEB.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available, plus all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant, plus Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
We're back on the pregame show here on a Monday night. Boys District Final Basketball. We got 3 games for you here on KNEB this evening. Chris Cottrell with you from Broken Bow High School, where we get set for the C2 final with the Bridgeport Bulldogs taking on the Battle Creek Braves. Time to catch up right now with Bridgeport and their head coach, Nick Brose. Coach, first off, congratulations on reaching another district final. We'll get to this matchup here shortly, but really one of the first times we've talked pregame-wise all season. So was this the type of year you thought you might be able to put together with this group of kids, 22-2, and your only losses to Alliance and Ogallala? Was this kind of what you were hoping to see this year?
Oh, yeah. It's been a phenomenal year. I mean, always you want to see that. Do you think it would come to fruition? We'll be sitting at 22-2. I'm not sure. I mean, I thought we had a really good chance to get into this type of a game, a district final game, the talent that we had and, the time the kids had put in and work on their craft and everything. So we've got the talent to be here. 22-2 is a special year, winning both of our conferences, not losing the game in C competition or below. So we're really happy with where we're at, but we still think that we have some stuff that we need to prove and take that next step and get ourselves to the state tournament appearance.
Let's talk a little bit about your roster. You've got 3 double-digit scorers with Drake DeMasters and Logan Nichols and Caleb Laceto. I was able to watch you guys win the sub-district against Hemmingford the other night over at Scottsbluff High School. What do you guys do well? What's the strength of your team? Obviously, if it's coached by Nick Brose, it's going to be a defensive-minded group and a tough-minded bunch. But tell us a little bit about your squad and what you guys are good at.
Well, the last couple of years, I didn't think we lived up to the standards and, kind of where we want to play on the defensive end. And I thought that was maybe why, we've maybe fallen a little bit short of winning this kind of big game here. So I'll tell you, Chris, about practice 6 or 7 in the preseason, and we're grinding through 2-a-days, and, we're really working. And this team had the talent on the offensive end. I think they really thought that first. And we just got back at about practice 6 or 7, and we just started focusing more on defense. And we realized, hey, we can really pressure some teams. We can really get up into you with our guards and our quickness and stuff. And so our guards kind of led it that day, and it just clicked. And with our ability with leaving DeMasters, how we like to play some people, he can just patrol and own the paint and really close down dribble penetration and then we just, we got back to defense and rebounding. And I think that is what we've hung our hat on since that day in practice to this point. And that's what has got us to 22-2. And, all the championships that we've won throughout the course of the year has been that first and foremost. We've really done a really good job. We're holding teams to about 40 points per game, low shooting percentage. So, that's been really, really good for us. Offensively, we got a lot of kids that can play, kids that can shoot it, kids that can drive it, make plays. And so, we really have a good mix of an inside game and outside game with our shooting ability, playmaking ability with our guards, and just giving DeMasters the ball and playing 4-round-1 through him. There's a lot of good players, a lot of talented players in the area, but I don't know if a kid has had more of an impact on their team than Drake. And his numbers are there, and he does it on both ends, controlling the paint at both sides.
It's funny how life and sports and things can come full circle at times. State tournament a few years back, boy, it was a great game with Battle Creek there in one of those local high school gyms, packed to the gills on a Thursday night. Everybody from the Panhandle in attendance, and you guys come up just a little bit short, and here you are with a chance to punch another ticket back to the state tournament, and you got to overcome Battle Creek. It's interesting how things work out, isn't it?
Yeah, but it is, and then when you look at it, I think we got a really good program here. We kind of got established, and we got things going in the right direction. And Battle Creek has been a perennial power. Ever since I've kind of become head coach 9 years ago, and we always see them kind of in these games or at the state tournament. So it's two programs that tradition laced in it, and then so. It'll be fun. It's going to be a fun contest here tonight, and hopefully we can come out and play our game of basketball, and that's all that we ask for our kids is to focus in on the process, work on the details and the fundamentals, and we're going to go out and let our talent shine.
What's Battle Creek do well when you watch their film and when you kind of get your scouting report put together? What gives you some concern about what they do?
Well, they're a disciplined team. They've got multiple things they do on the offensive end, some different motions and sets and stuff, and so they're really, kind of a black and white team as far as they're really disciplined. They're going to do their stuff, and they're going to play hard, and they're going to be scrappy, and they've got kind of guys at different layers. They got a really big kid at 6'3", not size-wise, but he got 235, 250-pound kid that, is a big guy. And then you've got an athletic 4 spot that's 6'2" and drives it really well and rebounds the ball at a high rate. Then you got a point guard who's heady and can drive it and great plays. And then you got just a knockdown shooter. So they got, layers to their offensive end, and so we've got our hands full as far as trying to cover them and guard them. But like I said earlier, and we've been really strong on that end, and defense and rebounding always seems to carry over anywhere in any kind of situation, and so that's what we've got to be focused on tonight.
There you have it. Nick Rose, the head boys coach for the Bridgeport High Bulldogs. Coach, great to be back with you. Enjoyed our conversation. Best of luck here against Battle Creek, and hopefully we've got a few more of these pregame chats in. It's coming up over the next 10 days or so. Best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Thanks, Chris. Go Bulldogs.
We'll come back with more right after this on KNEB.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us.
This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine.
Hey, this chair is just right.
This bed is way too hard.
It's perfect for me.
This bed is way too soft.
Ah, just what I needed. This bed is just right.
So come on over to Leaf Heads.
The kids need to run off some energy after school or too cold to play outside? Bring them to Planet Bounce at the Monument Mall. With many bounce houses, a concession stand, and the largest redemption arcade around, Planet Bounce has hours of fun. Call today to schedule your birthday party, or ask Ron about renting a bounce house for your party, office party, or corporate event. Open Wednesday through Sunday, Planet Bounce Family Fun Center at the Monument Mall.
Slate Kraft, a junior at 6'3", Reese Bodie, a 5'8" sophomore, and Colby Heller, a 6-foot junior. Now the starters for the Bridgeport Bulldogs under the direction of head coach Nick Rose. Record at 22-2. Caleb Lassetto, a 5'10" senior, averages 13 points per game. Cole Fessler, a 5'8" sophomore, strong upper-bodied guard. Fessler averages 4.5 points. Jake Wallison, a sophomore at 5'10", 2 points and 3 rebounds per game. Drake DeMasters, their big 6'5" senior, who averages 14 points and 9 boards. And Logan Nichols, a 37% three-point shooter, a 6'2" senior. Logan Nichols averages 10 points per game. Bridgeport, again, under the direction of head coach Nick Rose, beat Hemingford in their sub-district championship game. They are winners of 15 straight, and they enter this round of 16 district final matchup as the number 2 seed in all of Class C2. Bridgeport in the home white uniforms here tonight. Battle Creek sort of in that black with difficult to read purple numbers and letters, some yellow trim, a lot of purple in the stands. That's the primary color for both of these clubs here tonight. Some pleasantries being exchanged by both squads out on the floor. DeMasters wins the tip, and it's Bridgeport basketball with Jake Wallison out high. Cole Fessler, strong upper body, the lefty, picks up his dribble at the top of the key. There's Nichols. He'll knock it down from long range. Right side, Wallison. Bridgeport will stay disciplined. It's a big staple of their program, just that single word, discipline, both ends of the floor. Fessler jab steps, nothing doing. Now Wallison, they want DeMasters on the post. He catches. Help defense comes from the perimeter. They get an early steal to the Battle Creek Braves. Here comes Battle Creek, the Braves with it in the half court. Operating down low, off the square, unable to score that time on the shot. Slate Kraft, a 6'3" junior. Scoreless 50 seconds in. Bridgeport basketball. Wallison right side wing to Lassetto. Nichols, they reverse the ball to the wing left side. DeMasters again posting up. No angle for the pass. Nichols on the catch. Maybe a little bit of a feeling out process here. And this ball poked away from behind. Defending that time against Fessler was Dylan Metler. Inbounding will be Fessler to Jake Wallison. Wallison picks up his dribble. Lassetto cuts, wide open. Help defense arrives. Nichols can't knock it down from long range. Stubbe grabs the defensive rebound for Battle Creek. Up the floor, left side, quick three-point shot, and that would not drop for Peyton Frederick, the 6'1 sophomore guard. Along the baseline, cut off, down low, Stubbe defends. Outside, DeMaster's going to shoot the triple. That's off the mark, Stubbe a big board, and we're still scoreless here. A little over a minute and a half, now a minute 40 gone by. Clock continues to run. Battle Creek with a basketball in the half court. Bodie on the wing, now up top is Mettler. Back to Reese Bodie, the 5'8 sophomore. I'll move it to Mettler. Stubbe on the catch, he'll step outside. Three, high off the heel of the iron, rebounded by Nichols, still scoreless. And now it's DeMasters going strong, can't score the reverse layup. Rebound comes to Battle Creek, picking up his dribble in the backcourt. And now Mettler brings it across the timeline. Frederick off the screen. Mettler right side, up top Stubbe, missed a three the last possession down. Stubbe on the catch. A cutter, ball's knocked away, almost stolen away by Bridgeport. Instead, Mettler in the paint, and the little lefty, Dylan Mettler, a 5'10 junior, has the game's first points. A 2-0 lead for Battle Creek as we start to settle in. Second turnover committed by Bridgeport here in the early going. Down the floor, unable to score in the paint. Offensive rebound. Frederick goes up. It's 4-0 as Peyton Frederick gives Battle Creek the first two baskets of the game. Frederick and Mettler have scored 4-0. 3 and change gone by in this opening quarter. Fessler, Lassetto on the drive to the rack. We've got a whistle, a foul on the floor. Foul on the floor. I think they might have got it Reese Bodie, the sophomore guard. They did. First foul on either team in the early going. Lassetto. High post Nichols. Back to Caleb Lassetto. Lassetto on the air averages 13. And there's his first three of the night. Big bucket gets Bridgeport on the board. Fessler will pick up some token pressure in the backcourt. 4 minutes, 22 seconds to play. First quarter action. Mettler to Stubbe. Back to Mettler. Fessler defending. With a pass to the wing right side. Broken Bow High School. Stubbe on the catch, top of the key. Couple of dribbles right, picks up his bounce. Gets it to Mettler. Now they dump it down to the post. Outside. And now Stubbe on the catch. Challenged defensively that time. Off the miss. Offensive rebound. And an opportunity now at the line for Reese Bodie. First foul of the game called against the Bridgeport Bulldogs. David Argamosa will check in. Also set to check in Luis Garza. Bodie able to convert. .355 to play, opening quarter. Battle Creek's head coach is Matt Rudloff. Bodie at the stripe. Gets a pair, lead back to three, 6-3. Chase Oltmans, a 6'1 sophomore, into the ball game. Also checking in is Colby Heller, a 6' junior. Was listed as a starter in the email from their head coach yesterday, but they made the change, and Heller comes off the bench. Lassetto, now Fessler on the catch, right side. Backdoor cut, nothing doing. Argamosa dribbles right, now top of the key, Fessler. Little finger roll with a right hand. No box out, and underneath it's Luis Garza, the offensive rebound, and the stick back for Bridgeport. 6-5, Battle Creek, an early 1-point lead. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to play in this first quarter. Stubbe on the catch at the high post. Gets the ball back outside to Heller. Top of the key, Stubbe. Heller puts it on the deck, cut off. There's a three on the way. Too strong, ball comes off, grabbed by Fessler. Missing that three-pointer was Chase Oltmans, the 6'1 sophomore. Bridgeport, they lose their footing, and that's their third turnover of the quarter. On the catch, another three. This one halfway down and comes out on Oltmans. Argamosa between the legs. Now DeMasters wants some help, puts it on the floor, drives to the bucket, high off the square it goes. Bridgeport has their first lead of the night at 7-6. Pressure in the backcourt from Fessler. To the bucket, that's going to be a traveling violation called on Dylan Mettler, the 5'10 junior. Got the start tonight. First turnover committed by Battle Creek. Jake Wallison comes in, replacing Fessler. Sophomore for sophomore on the substitution. Some pressure, it looks like, coming here in the backcourt from Battle Creek. Argamosa on the catch on the inbounds pass. No troubles across the timeline. Uses the side screen, cut off. Now Wallison, top of the key, Laceto. Bounce pass and an interception. Outlet pass. Chance for Battle Creek. Some contact, and Garza blocked the shot. Bridgeport's turned it over 4 times early. Still with a 1-point lead, 7-6. Under 2 minutes to play in this opening quarter. They get it back to DeMasters. And a whistle and a blocking foul underneath on the shot. Should be 2 shots on the way for Drake DeMasters. Transferred from Sydney a couple of summers ago. 6'5 senior. 14 points a game, 9 rebounds. He shoots the free throw. Couple of shots now at the line on the year. A 61% shooter. Too strong on the first. That foul went against Slate Craft, his first. Second team foul on Battle Creek. Already advancing to state tonight from Western Nebraska, the Scottsbluff Bearcats and the Alliance Bulldogs. Pair of misses for DeMasters. Across the timeline, Mettler feeds the corner right side. On the catch is Bodie. Has a couple of foul shot makes. Heller, now top of the key. Kraft, right side. 3 ball, too strong. It wouldn't go that time for Colby Heller. Rebounded by DeMasters. 1-point lead for Bridgeport. Laceto, now Jake Wallison. One bounce, picks it up. Garza out high, now cutting. Laceto with the right hand. It falls with a little runner for Caleb Laceto. He's got 5 of Bridgeport's first 9 points tonight. They open up a 3-point lead. That's their biggest of the game. Mettler. Now up top, they go right back to Mettler. Behind the arc left side. Top of the key, Kraft. Now right side, it's Bodie. Slate Kraft. They bounce it to Mettler down low. Back outside. Right now, it doesn't really look like Battle Creek has a go-to player with Stubbe on the bench. 35 seconds to play in the quarter. Colby Heller throws a skip pass to Dylan Mettler. Battle Creek staying patient. Final 30 seconds, and a reach-in foul comes late in the quarter. That'll go against David Argamosa, the 5'7 junior. Second foul called against Bridgeport here in the first quarter. DeMasters will take a seat here in the final 25 seconds. Cole Fessler checks in. Now Laceto's out. So it's Garza, Nichols, Fessler, Argamosa, and Wallison. Inbounds pass into the backcourt. Handling across the timeline is Reese Bodie. Right side pass on the catch is Mettler, the lefty. Trying to get to the rim. Had his shot maybe partially blocked by Garza, who was in the good position defensively, and it was touched last by Bridgeport. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Battle Creek Braves. Final 12.4 of this opening quarter. 9-6 the lead for Bridgeport. Make it 9-8 as Kraft on the catch and finish near the rim. 5 seconds to play. Fessler taking his time. Bounce pass to Argamosa. He will hoist at the buzzer. Misses everything. 1 of 4 complete here at Broken Bow High School on a Monday night. And Bridgeport leads in this C2-2 district final 9-8 over Battle Creek. We're back with quarter number 2 right after this on KNEB.
Coverage of the Bridgeport Bulldogs on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Corman Seed Company, your channel seed dealer in Bridgeport. Seedsmanship at work. Farmers State Bank, your community bank focused on you in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home. And by 9 Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy in Bridgeport.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
Big night so far for Western Nebraska, with both Scottsbluff and Alliance having already qualified for the state tournament. Wins at Seward and Mount Michael respectively. Bridgeport and C2 trying to do the exact same thing and get to Lincoln stepping along the baseline, and that'll be turnover number 2, opening possession of the quarter as Reese Bodie steps out of bounds and Bridgeport gets it back. They lead 9-8. Cole Fessler in the backcourt, the lefty on the dribble. Comes across the timeline, middle. Now right side out high, dribble handoff to Jake Wallison. Back to Fessler, bounce pass to DeMasters. Single coverage in the post. Now they send some help. DeMasters fading away towards the baseline, and the shot wouldn't fall. One hand outlet pass up the floor. Metler will give it back. Stubbe catches down low. Had his shot blocked by DeMasters coming over from the weak side. Bridgeport has it, leading by 1. 50 seconds into quarter number 2. Fessler. They bounce it to DeMasters. Short corner, left baseline. On the cut. Fessler lost it underneath. Wallison off the square. Jake Wallison has his first field goal. Bridgeport leads 11-8, 6 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the first half. 4 along the perimeter, Stubbe down low. They run Metler into the corner, right side. And now on the catch is Bodie. Stubbe sets a screen. Bodie looks for help, outside to Metler. Metler bulls his way to the bucket. Some contact, they let him play. That'll be turnover number 3 committed by the Battle Creek Braves. Battle Creek's won 4 in a row. That comes after a 3-game losing streak to start the month. Logan Nichols cut off. Now it's DeMasters. Picks up his dribble. Now Fessler on the catch. Needs some help. DeMasters goes to the right. Nothing doing on the offensive end so far on this possession. Side screen and roll. Lassetto went right, came back left. Wallison, they work at baseline. Whistle, nothing doing there as far as a whistle. No call, they let him play. And DeMasters has his second field goal. Bridgeport has scored the first 4 points of the second quarter. Brady Newkirk, a 6-foot sophomore, comes into the game for the first time for head coach Nick Brose. 5:46 to play in the half. Bodie gives it back to Slate Kraft. Kraft will bring it up the floor. Kraft leaves it in the corner. There's a 3, partially blocked out of the right side corner on the release. That was Peyton Frederick, the sophomore. Now Newkirk. Wallison, Fessler. Newkirk up top. Bridgeport leads by 5, trying to extend. They've scored the first 4 points of the second quarter. Fessler, Newkirk. Bridgeport stays patient. 5:10 to play. Low post area, DeMasters. Jump hook with a right hand. He's got 4 in the quarter, 6 in the game. Bridgeport has stretched this lead to 7 with 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Dylan Metler picks up his dribble. They bounce past to Slate Kraft at the high post. Goes to work. Can't knock it down on the turnaround. Jay in the paint. Chance for Bridgeport to stretch this to 9 or 10-point lead if they can knock down a triple. Wallison to DeMasters. They're going right back to the money man. Drake DeMasters waits for a little defensive clear that time and then went one-on-one. Had his shot blocked. Outside Fessler, open. He'll shoot the triple. It's 10-point lead for Bridgeport. Timeout taken by Matt Rudloff and the Battle Creek Braves. The Bulldogs, and they're faithful on their feet here. about midway through this second quarter. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll stay with it here on KNEB.TV and also 94.1 The Brand. A possible big-time night shaping up for the Panhandle in these district finals. Scottsbluff a winner earlier on the road at Seward. 8 straight for the Cats. They go from 6-10 to the state tournament. 57-49 road win at Seward. Alliance also moves to the Class B state tournament with a 58-57 come-from-behind win in the fourth quarter, really in the final minute, to knock off Mount Michael Benedictine. The one loss, Mitchell, as the 13 seed, falls to North Bend Central in C1, 64-51. 18-8 here as we come out of the timeout. Bridgeport leads by 10. Here at Broken Bow High School over Battle Creek. A win here tonight for Bridgeport. We'll have coverage next week from the boys state tournament with Scottsbluff and the Bulldogs. They have locked down defensively. There has not been a lot of offense after the opening 2-3 minutes. Stuvey can't knock it down at the foul line. No box out, offensive rebound. DeMaster's going to pick up the foul, going for the block shot on the much smaller Reese Bodie. 3:55 to play in this opening half. Bodie off the mark. Over halfway through the second quarter, and Battle Creek is put up a bagel so far here in this quarter. 9-8 Bridgeport at the end of the first quarter. Bridgeport has scored all 9 points until now. They've made it a 9-0 start to the quarter. Bodie gets 1 of 2. He's 3 for 4 at the charity stripe tonight. High school basketball coverage, KNEB TV, and also 94.1 The Brand. Lasetto to Fessler to Newkirk. Back to Fessler. Argamos on the catch. Battle Creek's gone to a zone. Fessler. Pump fake got open. Argamosa catches right side. In the corner, Newkirk. He's not really looked for a shot so far. Caleb Lasetto. 1-3-1 is the look right now from Battle Creek. Oh, nice pump fake, and that got Fessler loose and just missed the wide open shot from near point blank range. 18-9. Stuvey outside. Some dribble penetration and a blocking foul, and a whistle goes against Argamosa, his second personal. Wallison and Nichols will check back in for Bridgeport. That foul came on the floor. 4th team foul called against the Bulldogs. Battle Creek will inbound along their own baseline. On the catch, Peyton Frederick. Tough angle to toss that one to the rim. Took the shot anyway, missed badly, and here come the Bulldogs. Fessler another 3, Fessler another make. Cole Fessler's buried 2 trays in the quarter. Bridgeport threatening to maybe run away and hide here in this second quarter. A key 2 and change for Battle Creek. Still looking for their first basket of the quarter. A miss for Stuvey, an offensive rebound and putback for Mason Mink, doing the dirty work underneath, and that is big for Battle Creek. They trail 21-11. 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. They stay zone. Fessler. Lasetto open. Makes the extra pass to a wide open Logan Nichols, who buries a tray. Logan Nichols knocks it down. Bridgeport has 4 threes in the game, 3 here in this quarter, and they've got their biggest lead of the night at 24-13. Frederick on the drive. Slutting it away, back out near the 10-foot volleyball stripe was Drake DeMasters, and a reach-in foul is going to go against Bridgeport's Cole Fessler after Frederick chased down the loose ball. We'll have girls state tournament coverage starting Thursday of this week with the Mitchell Lady Tigers from Lincoln. First foul on Fessler. So far we've got the Mitchell girls and the Scottsbluff boys waiting on Bridgeport here in about an hour or so. See if they can take care of business on the road a long ways from home here at Broken Bow High. Outside, 3 ball. Would not drop for Oltmans, and touching it last was Slate Kraft, and the ball goes out of bounds. Back to the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Those home white duds this evening. Wallison on the catch. They stay 1-3-1. Fessler makes the extra pass. This 3 would not drop for Lissetto. Bridgeport getting some open looks from behind the arc against this zone defense. Dribble penetration. The lefty used the right hand at the rim. It would not go for Dylan Metler. Goes out of bounds, last touched by Battle Creek. Bridgeport in control. 90 seconds to play in the first half. They lead 24-11 tonight on KNEB.TV and also 94-1 The Brand. Up the floor in a hurry. Nichols finds DeMasters underneath. Make it a 15-point lead. They have no answer for DeMasters in the paint. Not to mention they've knocked down 4 triples already here in the half. 3 here in this quarter. 15-point lead, biggest of the night for Bridgeport. They almost force a steal with Nichols on the poke away from behind in the post. Mink on the catch. Wild shot with the left hand off the square, rebounded by DeMasters. Stays patient. Now it's Lissetto. Fessler. Outside DeMasters. DeMasters picks up his dribble at the elbow right side, steps through, might have got away with a walk, no call. And a little running jump shot off one leg falls for Drake DeMasters. 6 in the quarter. He's got 8. Check that, 8 in the quarter. Leads all scorers with 10. Under 30 seconds to play. All Bridgeport here in this first half. They come up with a live ball turnover. Should be an easy layup, and it is for Caleb Lissetto, and Bridgeport's Lissetto now has 7, lead by 19. Bridgeport is really taking control. Big bucket there for Slate Kraft. Just the second field goal of the quarter for Battle Creek as Bridgeport has put the clamps on defensively. 16 foul called against Bridgeport. That goes on Logan Nichols, his second. 2 on Nichols, 2 on Argamosa. Chance to convert the 3-point play here for Slate Kraft. Battle Creek now 3 for 5 at the stripe. Stuvey grabbed the miss and missed it from about a foot or 2 away. A heave at the buzzer, gets up into the rafters for Caleb Lissetto, never finds the backboard. It's all good for the Bridgeport Bulldogs through 2 quarters, though. They lead it big here on the road tonight. 30-13, Bridgeport up by 17 on Battle Creek on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the Bridgeport Bulldogs on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Corman Seed Company, your Channel seed dealer in Bridgeport. Seedsmanship at work. Farmers State Bank, your community bank focused on you in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital, exceptional care right here at home. And by 9 Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy in Bridgeport.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Chris Cottrell with you this evening, KNEB.TV, Allo 15 and Mobius Channel 1500. Glad to have all our viewers on board tonight and also many dedicated listeners, of course, on 94.1 The Brand. It's the Bridgeport Bulldogs in this C2-2 district final with a commanding lead at halftime over Battle Creek. We're at Broken Bow High School tonight, and at the break, it's Bridgeport leading the Battle Creek Braves 30 2-13. Winner moves on to the boys Class C2 state tournament starting next Thursday in Lincoln. Already qualified tonight, a couple of Class B teams. We'll touch on that. Also still to come, a look at the halftime numbers here at the break from Broken Bow. More to come in the halftime show. 30-13 our score. Bridgeport leading Battle Creek. We're coming back with more right after this on KNEB.
Coverage of the Bridgeport Bulldogs on KNEB.
Parents, remember your kids are watching you as they're participating in their activity. Set a positive example for your kids to feed off of.
Showing good sportsmanship not only shows good character as a fan, but can also improve productivity among the competitors.
In being a great opponent, you need to have great attitude and respect for the game.
The outcome of the game is out of your control, so sit back and let the athletes do what they do best.
Coverage of the Bridgeport Bulldogs on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Corman Seed Company, your channel seed dealer in Bridgeport. Seedsmanship at work. Farmers State Bank, your community bank focused on you in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital, exceptional care right here at home. And by 9 Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy in Bridgeport.
This evening, earlier here, Creek Valley from western Nebraska really got taken to the cleaners, if you will, by Osmond. A raucous fan base from Osmond was on hand. Same for Creek Valley when the game started, but that did not last long. Let me see. I know I tweeted that final. We'll pass that along. I can track it down real quick like, and of course that's not happening. Creek Valley and Osmond earlier. 84-32 was the final as Osmond ends the season of Creek Valley. Let's get to our scoring totals through 2 quarters here tonight. Let's start with Bridgeport leading by 17. They've had all 5 starters scored, 6 players total in the scorebook. Drake DeMasters leads everyone, both teams. He's got 10. Caleb Lasetto with 7, 6 points on a pair of threes for Cole Fessler. 2 points apiece for Jake Wallison and Luis Garza, and Logan Nichols has himself a 3-ball as well. Scoring by quarter 9 and then a big 21 spot in the second. They lead 30-13. Scoring-wise for Battle Creek, 4 points for Slate Craft, 3 points for Reese Bodie, 2 points apiece for Peyton Frederick, Dylan Metler, and Mason Mink. We're at halftime, and it's all Bridgeport leading 30-13. We'll take a look at what went on in Class B. A lot of good things for western Nebraska as far as Scottsbluff and Alliance were concerned earlier this evening. 30-13. We'll talk Class B when we come back right after this on KNEB.
The crispy and Cajun fish sandwiches are so simple that everything from the wild-caught Alaskan pollock to the crispy lettuce has to be perfect. Twice.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
The crispy and Cajun fish sandwiches are so simple that everything from the wild-caught Alaskan pollock to the crispy lettuce has to be perfect. Twice.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Finals, the Scottsbluff Bearcats go on the road and prevail, getting the win column at Seward, 11-6 as far as the seeds. The final 57-49. Scottsbluff has punched their ticket after a one-year absence. They are back in the Class B state tournament. And tip your cap to Michael Baker and the Alliance High Bulldogs. After a disappointing sub-district championship game loss at home to Scottsbluff, they rally, go on the road as far as you can go west, really, to Omaha, and they win on the road at Mount Michael Benedictine. In the final minute, a comeback, a pair of threes in the final minute for their junior guard, Joel Baker. Alliance beats Mount Michael 58-57. So you had 9 over 8 there. Scottsbluff, the 11 seed. Both teams now head to Lincoln. Other winners in Class B, York, the 5 seed, knocked off 12 seed Platteview. Omaha Roncalli Catholic, we know about those guys from the fall football season. Roncalli, the 3 seed, a home winner over Norris, the 14 seed. How about Lexington? A tough bunch, well coached, and they play hard. They fall tonight, though, in a hard-fought game, I believe 66-59, somewhere in that vicinity, a 7-point loss at Omaha Scott Catholic. And Lincoln Pius, the 10th, the 1 seed, beat 16 seed Elkhorn. The one final I have not seen is 2 seed Aurora and 15 seed Blair. If the 2 seed Aurora would win that game, it would look like Scottsbluff would open up with top seed Lincoln Pius next Thursday in Lincoln. For tonight, though, celebrations abound for Western Nebraska. We'll see if we can make it 3 heading to Lincoln. If Bridgeport, in complete control right now, can close things out over the next 16 minutes of game action. Do want to mention Mitchell. Big thanks to KRVN Radio's Jason Jorgensen for helping us out on the play-by-play tonight. From there at Lexington High as North Bend Central knocked off Mitchell in C1. The final 64-51 was the final in that one. Mitchell will bring back just about everybody on their entire roster as far as key guys are concerned next season. A fine year comes to an end for Jason Gregory's team, the Mitchell High Tigers. Second half action on the way here in just a couple of moments. Right now, Bridgeport in complete control, leading Battle Creek 30-13 here on the West Coast scoreboard.
With Viero's entertainment trifecta package, never miss the big play. Work on becoming the new and improved you, or invite friends to compete in the game. Get the power of free. Get 2 new lines of HD Plus and internet service, and we will give you Sling TV, an Air TV player, and a big screen TV, all for free. Get the entertainment trifecta package today. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected to the content you love.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
DeBrand started the second half just mere moments away here from Broken Bow High School. First time I've been in this gym. It's a wild one. Loud in here. I don't know how it's built or what the dynamics of it is, but I'll tell you what, it keeps the sound reverberating off the walls, and it was loud in here earlier for that Class D matchup. No change here for Bridgeport and Battle Creek. Bridgeport has it. They lead 30-13 as we start the second half. Down screen, and Fessler on the catch out high. Wallison, they throw backside to Fessler. Fessler has it taken away by Dylan Metler. Metler going to go to the rim, some contact. Played, shot to the contact instead of finishing with the left hand. Offensive rebound, Slate Craft off the heel of the iron. It bounces up and falls through. First few minutes would be pretty major here for Battle Creek if they want to try and get back in this thing. A Coach Bro's team with the lead in the second half, they can methodically wear you down with fundamentally sound offensive possessions, good shots, and of course, suffocating defense. Wallison, right side, steps through. Little pull-up jump shot off 2 feet. Came to the jump stop and then lifted up, got off the ground quickly, and Wallison has his second field goal. They start 2 sophomores and 3 seniors. beating the perimeter. On the catch, Peyton Frederick steps through. Right-hand scoop shot, DeMasters. Stuvey, ball was loose, and Luke Stuvey has his first points of the game. 32-17. Bridgeport almost throws it away. They run two defenders, and Battle Creek comes up with a steal in the Bridgeport front court. I've got Bridgeport for 6 turnovers on the dribble drive, and Mettler with a left hand and the foul. Chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Dylan Mettler now with 4, a quick 6 here in the second half already in 1 minute and 33 seconds. That after Battle Creek scored 5 points total in the second quarter. 6:27 to play here in the third. Early action, second half. Nick Brose has been storming up and down the sideline. Missing at the line. Kraft an offensive rebound, a 4-point possession for Battle Creek, and they're within 11, 32-21. And in the open floor, Stuvey, boy, you got to dive for that ball. You know your teammate had just touched it up and poked it away. Instead, it'll stay with Bridgeport. Cole Fessler will inbound the lefty to Lassetto. DeMasters has 10 points. Looks to go to work. Spins baseline, lost his footing, high off the square. Backside rebound, reach-in foul goes against Mettler after Wallison had sealed him off and grabbed the O board. .6:02 to play. Inbounds pass to Logan Nichols, can't knock it down. And a rebound to Peyton Frederick, who's limping along the far side, coming up the floor for Battle Creek. At the line, Stuvey. Mid-range jump shot falls for Luke Stuvey. And all of a sudden, Battle Creek has outscored Bridgeport 10-2 to start the second half, and they trail by 9. 32-23. Bridgeport led by 17 at the end of 1. Nichols steps through, shot blocked. Lucky bounce for Bridgeport right into the hands of Caleb Lassetto, and that's the way you end an opponent's run. A 10-2 start to the half, but that 3-ball calms the nerves and puts Bridgeport back in front by 12, 35-23. Big shot from Caleb Lassetto, a senior guard, comes up big when things had gotten a little out of hand here for the Bulldogs in the second half. 35-23, Bridgeport still leading by double figures. 5:26 to play here in the third quarter. Again, winners in Class B so far tonight: Scottsbluff, Alliance, York, Pius X, Roncalli, Scott. Not seen a Bennington Hastings score, or Aurora and Blair. After the make from Lassetto, it's Battle Creek basketball. 5 minutes and 22 seconds to play here in the third. Bridgeport with a win. Would reach Lincoln. They were there last in 2015. Got beat by this same Battle Creek team in a game in the 40s. Dribble drive, DeMasters blocks the shot of Reese Bodie, the 5'8 sophomore. Up the floor to DeMasters. He'll wait for help, gives it to Nichols. Bennington leading Hastings 48-39. That game a little over halfway through the fourth quarter. Shot would not drop for DeMasters. Should have a pretty good feel for opening round matchups in Class B by the end of the evening here, probably within the next 15 or 20 minutes. Aurora took it to Blair. No surprise there. The Baylor Shireman-led Huskies win it 64-49. Bill Boyer at the controls, passing along some scores. DeMasters gets both. Just like that, 5 quick points for Bridgeport. They're back up by 14, 37-23. On the catch in the corner, right side. Little screen and roll to the middle. Bodie cut off. Stuvey, he'll shoot the elbow jumper right side. Kind of fading away that time on the release and left the shot short. A little flat off the front of the iron. It goes out of bounds, last touched by Bridgeport. Peyton Frederick, opposite corner from where I'm at, getting looked at down past the Battle Creek bench. Mentioned he was limping heading up the floor to the offensive end a few moments ago. He is trying to work some pains out in the lower extremity right now. He's going to go behind the big wall over there, so he's not feeling his best at the moment. Mettler into the paint. Whistle and a foul is going to go against Cole Fessler of Bridgeport. 4:21 to play in the third quarter. 37-23. Bridgeport with a huge second quarter. They outscored Battle Creek 21-5 as Mettler able to hit the first shot at the stripe. Dylan Mettler converts a pair. Full court pressure from Battle Creek. DeMasters had his shot blocked. A little wild on the drive. And here comes Bodie into the front court. Gives it to Mettler. Mettler into the paint. Lefty off the square, too strong. Ball comes off. Touch last by Bridgeport, out of bounds. It'll stay with Battle Creek. 4:02 to play in the third quarter. And Peyton Frederick, the 6'1 sophomore, comes back in. Still a little hitch in that giddy up for Frederick. They'll sprint Bodie to the right corner. Instead, they throw it in high to Frederick. Cold off the bench, but hot on the release as Peyton Frederick cans the triple. 37-29. Battle Creek gets a steal in the backcourt. Block shot, ball loose on the floor, and a big defensive possession for the Bulldogs. They lob it up, and now Bridgeport almost coughs it up. Both teams turned it over moments ago, and now a whistle and a foul, and that'll go against Peyton Frederick, defending on the shot against Drake DeMasters. DeMasters off the mark on the season, a 61% foul shooter. He's got 12 points to lead all scorers with 3:37 to play in the third quarter. DeMasters left that one short, and Battle Creek clears the glass, and then a nice steal by Garza, and a reach-in foul goes against Mettler. .334 left to go in the third. This one tipped at 6:30 Mountain Time. We're at about 7:15. On the cut, Argamosa leaves it for Garza. Garza with a soft jump hook with a right hand. Luis Garza has 4. Lead back to 11, 39-28. Stuyvesant set a high ball screen on Fessler. Right side, the pass goes to the wing. Back to Bodie. Slate Kraft, very methodical, long leg. He covers a lot of ground on a dribble or two, and he'll get to the foul line. 3:06 to play in the third. 39-28. Some C2 scores. 14 seed Centura leads Sutton, the 3 seed, 31-28 after 3 quarters. Kraft hits the first. Slate Kraft has upped his game here in the third quarter. He's now got 9 points. Top seed BRLD with a 4-point lead at half over St. Cecilia. And Wakefield, a winner over South Loop, 59-47, a pair of makes for Slate Kraft. DeMasters into the front court. Bridgeport will slow the tempo down. Fessler to Laceto, the senior guard. And a steal. Ball loose, out of bounds, kicked out of bounds by Battle Creek and Peyton Frederick. Bridgeport will keep the basketball 39-30. They lead by 9 with 2:49 to play in the third. David Argamosa has it out high left. Top of the key, Garza gives it up to Fessler. 2:37 to play. They run multiple defenders at DeMasters. He waits. One of those help defenders left, and then DeMasters looked baseline, put it on the floor, and kicked it out of bounds. Unofficially now for Bridgeport, I've got 8 turnovers. Might be a little short on that number. Seems like they've given it away more than 3 times here in the third. That's the number I've got them down for right now. Battle Creek trying to work their way back into it. Down by 17 at half. They now trail by 9, 39-30. Bodie cut off, leaves it for Stubbe. Stubbe has a mismatch. They need to get Stubbe the ball. And a foul from behind, going for the block shot. That goes on Garza. C2 game midway through the fourth. 13-seeded Howells Dodge leads 4-seed Freeman 36-29. If there's anything we've learned over the last few days, throw the seeds out. We saw that firsthand with Mitchell on the girls' side, needing to pull one out of the fire in the fourth quarter to advance to state with a comeback victory at North Platte High over Syracuse on Friday afternoon. Bodie at the stripe. Got the first. Got them both, and Battle Creek's within 7. They are 6 for 6 at the free throw line in the third quarter. And Bridgeport continues to have to work against this trapping zone. They throw over top. Argamosa gets it middle. And now Wallison gives it up to Caleb Lassetto. Lassetto cut off. DeMasters. Mid-range jumper falls for Drake DeMasters. He's got 14. Dylan Metler back to a 9-point lead for Bridgeport. Metler, he's a lefty, brings it across the timeline with the right hand. Peyton Frederick had his shot blocked by DeMasters. Tracking down the loose ball was Wallison. Saved it inbounds to Lassetto. 90 seconds to play in the third. Lassetto on the crossover dribble. Metler steps in and takes it from him. And on the layup, it goes in transition. The fast break basket for Dylan Metler. 6 in the quarter. He's got 8. Leads at 7. Ball is loose. Tracking it down is Wallison. Wallison cut off. Pass across the midcourt line. They were getting dangerously close to a 10-second call. Kind of forced a pass to make sure the whistle didn't come. And they wind up turning it over. Chance for Battle Creek to get a little bit closer. Frederick outside to Bodie. Bodie over top. It would not go. Defending on the shot. Ball loose on the floor. 48 seconds to play. We'll see if Bridgeport wants to play for the final look here in this third quarter. Argamos on the perimeter left. DeMasters posting. Instead Wallison. They reverse the basketball to the wing right with Caleb Lassetto. Lassetto dumps it to DeMasters. Stubbe defends. Good matchup there. Battle Creek's gone back to man. Under 20 seconds to play. Bridgeport stayed patient. They lead by 7. A bucket here to close out the third quarter, and their fan base will explode. Nichols. Lassetto. 7 on the clock. Lassetto kicks it to the corner. Argamosa looks for his first bucket of the night. He cans a 3. Big shot. Bridgeport's fan base is on their feet, and the third quarter comes to a close. Bridgeport goes back in front by double digits. Fourth quarter on the way. Bridgeport leads Battle Creek 44-34. We're back right after this on KNEB. And Zach, just make sure that when this game finishes, we're ready to go with break 17.
We can't warn you that karma is very real. But we can bring you Temperature Tuesdays. Runza makes it all better.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting, though, that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
We can't warn you that karma is very real. But we can bring you Temperature Tuesdays. Runza makes it all better.
Allo Channel 15, Mobius 1500. And our radio broadcast here on 94.1 The Brand. Start of the fourth quarter, it's Bridgeport leading by 10, 44-34. And underneath, it's Luke Stubbe getting himself on track here in the second half. He's got all 6 of his points in the third and fourth quarters. Bridgeport has 2 guys in double figures at the moment. Lasetto has 10, and Drake DeMasters has 14. Bridgeport leads by 8. They've got it on the offensive end. Good ball movement. They find a wide open Logan Nichols. Wouldn't go. Box out underneath the Mettler. That 3 comes up front end of a brand new net after they were cut down earlier here tonight by Osmond. Ball loose, hustling for it. Ball loose still, picked up by Bridgeport's DeMasters, gets it to Lasetto. Lasetto, pass deflected, and a reach-in foul is going to go against Logan Nichols. Bridgeport has definitely been loose with the basketball. Just a tad too much, you know, for head coach Nick Rose in this second half. Slatecraft scored 6 of his 10 in the third quarter. 6 of his 8 for Dylan Mettler, and Mettler has the basketball. Little over a minute played here in the fourth. They want Stubbe posting on the catch. Now Kraft, pull-up jumper, too strong. It felt like a big possession as Battle Creek could have got the deficit down to 6. Bridgeport again, scramble drill. Nick Rose really wants the whistle blown. DeMasters, and a foul called against Stubbe. 6.5 minutes to play. TJ Albright, our TV producer tonight. We've got 3 youngsters from Bridgeport High manning our cameras, doing a great job. Big thanks to those 3. DeMasters able to convert on the first. First point of the quarter for the Bulldogs comes a minute and a half in. DeMasters 2 for 2. Bridgeport 6 and change away from the Class C2 state tournament in Lincoln a week from Thursday. Slatecraft, they give him room on the perimeter. Backing up on the dribble now is Peyton Frederick, the sophomore, and a whistle and a timeout taken by Matt Rudloff, the head man for Battle Creek. Full timeout, 6:12 to play in the game. Bridgeport leads Battle Creek 46-36. We're back right after this on KNEB.
Coverage of the Bridgeport Bulldogs on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Panhandle Auto Group in Sidney and Scotts Bluff. Platte Valley Bank, your bank located right next door. Sonny's Superfoods in Bridgeport. Shop with family when you shop Sonny's Superfoods. And Annette Frerick State Farm Insurance. State Farm, here to help life go right.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor will do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Regulation. Bridgeport has a 10-point cushion right now on Battle Creek. They led by 17 at halftime, 30-13. Frederick, a deep 3 wouldn't go. DeMasters a rebound for Bridgeport. Gives it up to Lasetto, now Fessler. Back to the senior, Caleb Lasetto. Comes middle with it, now Fessler across the timeline. Fessler bumped from behind, and a foul called on Dylan Mettler. That'll be the third on Mettler, 5:58 to play. Bulldogs lead by 10 as Fessler shoves his head coach out of the way so he can inbound the basketball. Nick Rose is as intense as they come on a sideline in the Panhandle. Trying to take his crew 6 hours east again next week. DeMasters had it stripped away, saved the basketball inbounds. Hustle play, good play by Frederick. No, Slate Kraft made the play. Excellent hustle by Kraft. Out of the corner, Mettler's three. He got fouled on the three-point field goal attempt, and Nick Rose going to have to burn some steam walking down to the other end of the floor. Basically just yelling into the abyss there. 5:33 left in the game. And Mettler with a chance to draw he and his Braves teammates as close as 7, now as close as 8 after an opening miss. The first of 3 at the line for Mettler. .5:33 to play in the game. Safe travels home if you're listening from Scottsbluff or Alliance tonight. Mettler misses 2 out of 3 at the stripe, and the lead at 9. Cole Fessler shoots the triple, wouldn't go. Rebounded backside by Luke Stubbe, their big wide body 6'3 senior. Check that junior. Now Peyton Frederick hoists the triple and buries it. Left corner. Battle Creek not going away. They trail by 6 with 5:04 to play in the game. Full court. Trapping zone defense right now from Battle Creek. Fessler. And a timeout taken by Nick Rose and Bridgeport as they want to reset and get things dialed back in here a little bit for the home stretch. 4:56 to play in the ball game. 46-40. Bridgeport leading by 6. They led at halftime big, 30-13, after they outscored Battle Creek 21-5. We've got C2 qualifiers already in. 12-seed Centennial, 9-seed Ponca, 7-seed Utan. Wakefield, the 6-seed. 3-seed Sutton came back and won, and top seed BRLD have already qualified. Bridgeport here with a 6-point lead. Back to live action as they lead here at Broken Bow over Battle Creek 46-40. Coming down the stretch in this C2-2 district final. Watch Bridgeport on the offensive end, moving the basketball around the perimeter. They're going to use that. A lot of veterans in the backcourt. You've got guys like Nichols and Lassetto and a bump on the wing, and this foul goes against Slate Kraft. You're looking at Class B as Lassetto steps to the line. This will be a 1-and-1. We'll talk Class B when we get a moment. Lassetto too strong. Ball comes off, grabbed by Stubbe after it hit a couple of different bodies. Dangerous pass right there as Fessler read it. Now Frederick shoots the 3. Thought he got fouled. No whistle as Lassetto challenged. Got a hand up on the shot. Boy, if that would have gone, things would be real interesting. Pressuring on the perimeter. DeMasters gets it to Lassetto. 4 minutes to play. Bridgeport pulling the basketball out, leading by 6. Nichols. DeMasters posting, coming up and defending topside on the block was Stubbe. Nichols reaching Kraft. Now Wallison. Nichols high post, right side. DeMasters, Stubbe. And a blocking foul called against Luke Stubbe. Class B, Lincoln Pius the 10th, Aurora, Roncalli, Scott, York, Bennington, Alliance, and Scottsbluff. A list of heavy hitters. It would appear Scottsbluff would open with Lincoln Pius the 10th, and Alliance would get Aurora. They will recalculate power points before final pairings are announced. Could see a little bit of movement We'll wait to find out. 47-40 as DeMasters is 3 for 3 here at the charity stripe in the final stanza. A May care, and the Bulldogs go back up by 8, and they do. All 4 points in the quarter for Bridgeport have been scored at the line by DeMasters, 4 for 4. Credit Battle Creek, they did not die at halftime, down by 17, hung with it. Coach Rudloff made some changes, and they've been able to get back in this thing. As close as they've got is 6. Kraft, tough turnaround shot. Boy, it doesn't look pretty. In fact, it looks a little awkward with Slate Kraft, but final result is all that matters, and he's got 12, and Bridgeport leads by 6. Good find by Nichols to his teammate, the cutting Lassetto. And when you don't have to work very hard for a basket at this point of a hard-fought ball game, that can make all the difference in the world. Patrick lost the dribble high. Here comes Wallison. He'll go behind his back and pull the basketball out. DeMasters has it. And DeMasters will give it back to Jake Wallace and Nick Rose. When a coach is given that travel signal, he's telling them to run some offense. They get in their set. Lassetto to Wallison. Back to Caleb Lassetto. DeMasters out high at the 10-foot volleyball stripe. Bridgeport with DeMasters. On the drive. Left it offload. The big guy on the penetration. The little guard on the finish. Swap rolls. Result all good for Bridgeport. Lassetto has 4 in the quarter. 14 in the game. Bulldogs lead by 10. 2 minutes and 10 seconds away from a trip to Lincoln. Timeout on the floor. We're back right after this on KNEB.
The Mixing Bowl in Gearing, serving breakfast and lunch every day using Grandma Ruth's recipes for 5 years. Stop for lunch and try a Cali Turkey BLT or one of our gourmet burgers. Have a homemade cabbage burger or butterball soup on Thursdays, or try our weekend brunch and have cinnamon roll pancakes or the roasted duck Benedict. Stop by the Mixing Bowl on your way to work and grab a freshly baked muffin, Grebel, or Dana Kuga out of our bakery case and a specialty coffee made just for you. The Mixing Bowl, 1945 10th Street in Gearing, bringing great food and great people together.
2:10 to play in the game. Some final instructions from head coach Nick Rose for his Bridgeport High Bulldogs. Bridgeport leading Battle Creek 52-42. Stubbe on the catch, outside, and the three goes for Bodie. Battle Creek back within 7. Wallace into the front court to Lassetto. Fessler steps through. They'll move it back outside. Burns some clock, up by 7. When you've got senior guards, veteran guys that have been after it in the program for a little while, you can trust them to do this right here. Now the ball loose. Big collision with DeMasters and Slate Kraft. Winds up a foul call on Battle Creek, and it goes against Dylan Mettler, his 4th, and that'll send Jake Wallison to the line shooting a 1-and-1. 9th team foul whistled against Battle Creek. Wallison cans the first. Bridgeport, a calm and collected 5 out of 5 at the free throw line here in the 4th. Wallison misses the second. Slate Kraft grabs the rebound for Battle Creek. Mettler on the dribble. time not on the side of Battle Creek, and a foul on the perimeter called against Bridgeport's Jake Wallison. Not what Nick Rose was looking for. Clock stops, chance for some points at the line for for Battle Creek. Frederick converts the first. Looking like Mitchell girls, Scottsbluff boys, Bridgeport boys. Teams will cover at this year's state tournaments. Frederick gets both. He's got 10 on the night. Bridgeport works against the pressure in the backcourt. DeMasters finds middle. They get it to Wallison. They're going to reach in on Jake Wallison and send the sophomore to the foul line. Howells Dodge in C2 with a 4-point win, an upset victory, 13-4. They beat Freeman 45-41. Wallison missed the first. Two-shot trip to the line. That was the 10th team foul whistled on Battle Creek. Jake Wallison gets 1 of 2. Bridgeport 6 of 8 at the stripe down the stretch, under a minute to play. They run Frank off a screen. He's got it on the catch. Drives baseline, and a whistle and a walk called on Battle Creek. Leads at 7 for Bridgeport, and they're going to get the basketball back. .46 seconds to play. Fessler's just a 47% free throw shooter. That's the one they need to run at. Placeto's 71%. DeMasters 61, 59 for Wallison, same number for Nichols. Fessler at 47. A back cut. Nichols goes right to the rim. Great find. And Nichols on the layup. And that should do it. A 9-point lead, a 3 out of the corner. Fessler grabs the rebound. Ball is loose. Whistle, jump ball. Tentative. This is tentative, folks. A Bridgeport win. They would play 12 seed Centennial at 2:45 Mountain, 3:45 local time in Lincoln next Thursday. Bridgeport basketball, they'll go foul Fessler, and the sophomore will head to the stripe. The Mitchell girls will open this Thursday against Columbus Lakeview, a 1 seed against the 8 seed. Scottsbluff, as we wait on PowerPoints to be tabulated one final time before the state tournament. Fessler knocks it down. It'd be Scottsbluff and Pius, the top seed at Pinnacle Bank Arena early 2 Thursdays from now. Fessler drives the final nail home. 11-point lead, 58-47. Another timeout will break with them. Bridgeport just a mere 17.9 away from reaching the state tournament. We're back right after this on KUDB.
Coverage of the Bridgeport Bulldogs on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Bridgeport Family Dental Clinic, proud to back the Bulldogs. Burger Works on Main Street in Bridgeport. It's not fast food, it's great food fast. And by Chimney Rock Chiropractic. Working together makes great things happen at Chimney Rock Chiropractic Clinic, Bridgeport and Bailey.
No matter what job I've got to do, my John Deere 5E tractor can do it all. Whether I'm cutting, moving feed, or building a fence. Using my 5E means my work gets done faster at a price I can afford, and that works for me.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
It's academic at this point. Bridgeport going to celebrate here in just a couple of moments. Literally 10 seconds from now, a 3-ball out of the corner. Offensive rebound to Battle Creek. They will hoist it one final time with Dylan Metler. Bridgeport rebounds the basketball, and the Bulldogs heading to the Class C2 state tournament. They went in 2015, got beat by Battle Creek. They get over the Battle Creek hump here tonight, and they go back to Lincoln a week from this Thursday. The final score, 58-47. Bridgeport a winner tonight over Battle Creek here at Broken Bow High School. We'll have the post-game show and hope to catch up with head coach Nick Rose in just a little bit. Final here from Broken Bow. Bulldogs of Bridgeport 58, the Braves of Battle Creek 47. We're back on KNEB right after this.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Coverage of the Bridgeport Bulldogs on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Panhandle Auto Group in Sidney and Scottsbluff. Platte Valley Bank, your bank located right next door. Sonny's Superfoods in Bridgeport. Shop with family when you shop Sonny's Superfoods. And Annette Frerick State Farm Insurance. State Farm, here to help life go right.
Loud and proud here tonight for the Bridgeport Bulldogs and their fan base that traveled mighty fine here to Broken Bow. It's time for Bridgeport to cut down some nets, grab themselves a trophy, head back west, get back in the lab, the film room, the practice gym, get busy. They've got over a week to go before they head back to Lincoln for the first time since 2015. The final score here tonight, Bridgeport a winner over Battle Creek. The Braves season comes to a close at 15-10. Bridgeport moves on a winner tonight, 58-47. They are now 23-2 on the season. We'll have more coming up here on the post-game show. It looks like they're going to cut some nets down on both ends of the floor. Big bear hug from head coach Nick Rose with one of his starters, Logan Nichols. We'll come back and take a look at the scoring totals for both these teams right after this on KNEB. Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Post-game show following action at Broken Bow High School tonight as Bridgeport wins it by 11 58-47, the final over the Battle Creek Braves. The celebration is on the floor for the young men and the coaching staff. The celebration is on for the student section right along the near sideline, and plenty of Bridgeport faithful in the stands celebrating tonight as well. First and foremost, let's wish everyone a safe trip home. Many folks from Alliance and Scottsbluff still heading back west after their teams won respective ball games in Class B. Mitchell heading home from Lexington after a loss, and the Bridgeport crew and our crew with KNEB will be heading back west here in a little bit. So safe travels to everyone that's out on the road this evening. It's been a tricky week or so if you've been out on the road for high school basketball. Let's get home safe and let that celebration fully set in over the next week or so. Final score here tonight, Bridgeport a winner over Battle Creek, 58-47. Let's check on some scoring totals. Let's start with Battle Creek. They went by quarter, 8-5, 21 and 13. They finished with two guys in double figures. Slate Kraft with 12. Peyton Frederick had 10 points. 9 points for Dylan Metler. Reese Bodie with 8. 6 tonight for Luke Stuvey. And 2 points for Mason Mink. Nick Rose cutting down a strand of the net. Looks like he's just going to finish off the job right now. Now he's going to leave it. Somebody else going to finish the cut job. Looks like that'll be Caleb Lassetto. For Bridgeport, 2 in double figures. Drake DeMasters led with 18. 14 points for Caleb Lassetto. 8 points tonight for Cole Fessler. 6th spot for Jake Wallison. Balanced attack. Logan Nichols with 5. Luis Garza finished with 4. And David Argamosa had 3 points off the bench. The Battle Creek fans waiting patiently for their young men to come back onto the floor. Hugs around. You love to see it. Look, it's an old cliche. Thrill of victory, agony of defeat. Seasons come to an end here tonight, and seasons, for some, just getting started with a trip to the state tournament on the way. We'll have the Mitchell girls on Thursday. We'll have the Bridgeport boys and the Scottsbluff boys both on KNEB next Thursday. Week about 10 days away or so. 2 Thursdays from now, 2 weeks away. Take another timeout. Bridgeport twirling the net, cutting them down, and a 58-47 win here over Battle Creek at Broken Bow High School. We'll come back with more right after this on KNEB. TJ, make sure they get their
Coverage of the Bridgeport Bulldogs on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Bridgeport Family Dental Clinic, proud to back the Bulldogs. Burger Works on Main Street in Bridgeport. It's not fast food, it's great food fast. And by Chimney Rock Chiropractic. Working together makes great things happen at Chimney Rock Chiropractic Clinic, Bridgeport and Bayard.
Western Nebraska teams at KNEB this afternoon and this evening go 2-1. We get Scottsbluff and Bridgeport to the boys state tournament. Final here is Bridgeport won it by 11, 58-47 over Battle Creek. Again, 2 double-digit scores. Drake DeMasters with 18 and Caleb Lassetto finished with 14 points. 2 in double figures for Battle Creek. Tentatively, as we kind of look ahead here, tentatively, Bridgeport would play 12 seed Centennial at 3:45 Central Time at Lincoln Northeast High School 2 Thursdays from now. Tentative in Class B, Scottsbluff would play Lincoln Pius at 9 a.m. Mountain 2 Thursdays from now at Pinnacle Bank. And Alliance would play 2-seed Aurora at 8:45 that same night at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Looks like Nick Rose going to make his way up top. We'll get a quick conversation in, it looks like, with Coach Brose here momentarily. A big victory for for Bridgeport. Big victory for Scottsbluff earlier tonight as well. Why don't we take a quick timeout and we'll come back and hope to catch up with Coach Brose right after this on KNEB.
Care Heilbron's State Farm agent is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbron and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Head basketball coach Nick Brose after the Bulldogs are victorious here tonight here at Broken Bow High School. A long trip on the road today for all involved, 58-47, as Bridgeport controls this game really from midway through the first quarter. They fell behind early, went out in front 9-8 at the end of the first, and then dominated in the second quarter, and that was really the difference here tonight. 21-5 was the scoring in that second quarter as Bridgeport outscored Battle Creek by 16 points. They allowed just 2 baskets to the Braves in that second quarter, and they led at the break 30-13. Credit Battle Creek for staying in this. They outscored Bridgeport 21-14 in the third quarter. And then down the stretch in the fourth, Bridgeport, for the most part, stayed strong with the basketball, and they were able to lock down this victory. They hit 8 of 10 free throws down the stretch in the fourth, and that was a big reason why they were really never threatened. I believe Battle Creek in the fourth got that deficit down to 6, but could never get over the hump. They had a 3-point shot, down by 6. Had it gone, would have cut the game to 3. It did not go. Bridgeport secured the rebound, went down to the other end, and was able to capitalize at the foul line again. 8 of 10 at the stripe in the fourth quarter for Bridgeport. See if we can track down Coach Brose. In the meantime, let's give you the Class B girls bracket. Sydney earns the top seed. They'll play Alcorn South on Thursday. Scott Catholic and Crete in girls Class B, the 5-4 game. Seward and Northwest, the 3-6, and it's Waverly taking on Elkhorn in the 2-7 matchup. Again, tentatively for boys 2 weeks from now, Bridgeport and Centennial at 3:45 Central at Lincoln Northeast. And in Class B, you'd have 8-seed Scottsbluff unofficially taking on top seed Lincoln Pius. And then Alliance, the 7-seed and 2nd-seeded Aurora. Boys bracket likely not to be released until Wednesday, with Class A districts still taking place tomorrow. So some of those Class A games could still affect the Class B power points. or power points for any of those classes on the boys' side. Celebration continues. Down on the floor right now. I think Coach Bro's going to make his direction here, and we will catch up with a victorious head coach for Bridgeport, Nick Bros. Coach, your first trip to the state tournament in a few years. What was the celebration like with not only your team, but everyone that came from Bridgeport here this evening down on the floor?
What a great following. We didn't know what kind of crowd we got, but I think we outnumbered them. Our crowd traveled well, our student body, that's awesome. The Bridgeport's a tremendous community. The support there is unbelievable, and we really appreciate everything they've done tonight and throughout the whole course of the season.
Coach, you outscored them. You dominated in the second quarter, 21-5. What was the difference in that second stanza tonight?
Second stanza, we really played the way we played all year. I thought, defensively we were locked in. We didn't give them anything. We still didn't rebound the ball tremendously well in that area, but we shot the ball well. We moved the ball. We were getting the ball inside, outside. It was textbook. Offense and defense is a really good quarter for us.
Yeah, you knocked down 3 or 4 first-half threes in that second quarter. Let's jump into the fourth. Credit Battle Creek. They kind of took it to you in the third quarter, outscored you 21-14 to stay around. But you've got a lot of veteran ball handlers, guys that you trust with the ball in their hands. You pulled the ball out, you trusted those kids, and they made some pretty good decisions. And I've got you for 8 of 10 as a team at the line in the fourth quarter. That was big.
Yeah, exactly, down the stretch. Third quarter, they came out, they're resilient. They were down 14 and found a way to beat Ainsworth like 4 or 5 minutes left in that ball game. So we knew they weren't going to go away. In the third quarter, I thought we really just, maybe the moment was getting to us and we could see it and we didn't finish. We returned the ball over in that third quarter. But down the stretch, we started doing a drill this year in practice, and it's really paid off for us in these big and these conference championship games and in a district final game where we need to be able to control the ball but still be aggressive at the same time. And during that stretch where I think they get it to 6, we're doing that and we get a layup. We get a stop and we come back and we get a layup. And, we were just really patient and really aggressive at the same time to where we were getting the shots exactly what we wanted.
Pinnacle Bank, Devaney, those venues are great, but there's not much like a local high school in Lincoln packed to the gills for a state tournament game in round 1. That's what you'll be dealing with when you head to Lincoln in a couple of weeks. It's a great scene, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, for a guy like me that loves the game of basketball and for these kids, the kids that we got, I'm so glad they're going to get to experience something like that. I mean, this venue is a tremendous, what an atmosphere, and the decibel levels are through the roof. But that place, we played there a couple of years ago, played this Battle Creek team, and like you said, it's packed and it's quite the experience. We're going to take a couple days off here today, the rest of the day and tomorrow, and enjoy this thing, and then find where a matchup is and start getting back to work.
Great night for Western Nebraska. The Bridgeport Bulldogs, the Scottsbluff Bearcats, and the Alliance Side Bulldogs all qualify for the state tournament. A lot of pride out west tonight.
Yeah, congratulations to Scott Gillian and then Coach Baker and Alliance. I mean, they've had great years, really playing well down the stretch, both of those clubs. We got to see Alliance. We know how good they are, and we wish them and those guys the best of luck down there as well. And I guess both of those teams can't come away with titles, but maybe title and a runner-up and B, and maybe we can walk away and cut the nets down one more time.
Well, you know who else has had a great year? Not just those teams, but Nick Bros and the purple-clad Bridgeport Bulldogs. Coach, congratulations on the big win here tonight. We'll be talking a few more times next week.
Thanks, Chris. Go Bulldogs.
There you go. Final score. Nick Bros going to head back down and celebrate with more folks from the Bridgeport community. Final here tonight, Bridgeport a winner 58-47 at Broken Bow High School as Bridgeport advances to the C2 state tournament 2 weeks from now. Big thanks to TJ Albright, our executive producer here on site tonight, our buddy Zach back at the station getting us on and off the air on 94.1 The Brand, and our 3 high school students from Bridgeport that helped out manning cameras tonight. A team effort all the way around and a great night for Western Nebraska. Get home safe, everybody. That's going to do it from Broken Bow. Once again, your final, Bridgeport knocks off Battle Creek 58-47. So long and good night, everybody. Thanks, Zach.